Hey everyone, Dante here, and I'm about to show you how I make chili. Here are my ingredients: 10 ounces of chopped onions. I got 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I've got 1 ounce of gluten-free chili seasoning, like a packet. It's McCormick. You can find it in whatever store you use. I got some no salt Tony's. I've got some chili powder. I got 10 ounces of diced tomatoes, 5 ounces of tomato sauce and tomato paste, and then some Louisiana hot sauce. This is a no beans recipe, so if you like beans, sorry, I guess fuck off. So start by browning your ground beef. You want to put it in a hot skillet and then just chop it up. I got one of those things like with the handle that you use to chop this stuff up, but it's very hard to clean those, so I stopped using it. I know that only looked like 1 pound. It's because it was. I added another half pound from another packet that wasn't in that initial thing I showed you. Uh, so you're gonna brown this stuff up, and you just want to kind of let it take its course, and as it does, it'll start to change colors on you. You want to go ahead and season it up. I'm gonna add my Tony's. I also added a little garlic and onion powder here as well. I don't want to lie to you guys, but I did. So you season it up with your Tony's, and then it starts to develop a little bit of grease there, and you don't want that grease in the chili. You kind of have to skim it off if you leave it on. So what I like to do is scoot all my meat to one side of the pan, and then I kind of tilt the pan, let the grease drip down to the other side of the pan. Then I take some folded up napkin paper, put it in the pan, soak up as much of that grease as I can get. And that keeps me from having to drain it later. I can just keep cooking through. So once it's all browned, I'm then gonna hit it with my chopped onions. I use frozen. If you don't wanna use frozen, live your life, player. Then I'm gonna add my tomato paste. The tomato paste can give it a very tomatoey flavor, so you want to make sure you cook that off, right? So I'm gonna keep that medium high heat on it. I'm gonna let this cook a little bit, let the onions cook, sweat those babies out. Then I'm gonna hit it with that gluten-free chili seasoning packet. So if you got any gluten retardant people in your life, they're really gonna appreciate this. It's gonna be delicious and they're gonna love it. So once I've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure everything's fully incorporated. Then I'm gonna hit it with 5 ounces of the tomato sauce, right? I'm gonna get that in there. Then I'm gonna hit it with 4 cups of water. I'm gonna because I wanna kind of thin this thing out a little bit. And then I'm gonna hit it with my 10 ounces of diced tomatoes with the juice that's in there as well. And that's gonna help thin it out some also. So once I've done that, I'm just gonna give it a nice stir, kind of get everything incorporated. And at this point, mine was still looking a little too thick. So I actually added another cup of water, which put me up at 5 cups of water. Then I covered that baby once I got it to a boil, dropped that temperature down to a simmer, let it sit for an hour. After an hour, I came back to check it. This is what I had. You can kind of see the grease developed a little bit on top. I just gave it a good stir. Then I let it sit for another hour. And after that, I got this beautiful chili. It was delicious. I loved it. You'll love it. If you don't, fuck off as well. I don't know.